If you still do not know your life purpose, your parents and guardians know the answer, and they know it so well, they might have talked you out of your purpose. It's complicated, right? I was at my little brother's school. He is in elementary school, that's primary school, and it was an event for parents to pray for the kids who are going to be candidates. They're soon doing their exams. So we were there encouraging the kids, encouraging parents came to literally like pray for their kids so that they perform well in their coming exams as candidates. And I sat next to this parent, and as someone that loves to talk to people, I found myself talking to her, to this parent, and I asked her, hey, how is your child? Is she also a candidate going to do exams? I was making conversation, and she told me, oh yeah, she's fine, she's also a candidate, she's gonna do exams. Yeah. And she also asked me, how about you? And I told her, oh, it's my brother. Oh, okay, that's interesting. And then I asked her, what is your child going to be when she grows up? Because I'm so passionate about purpose, I literally asked her a question about purpose, and she's like, I don't know what my child is going to be when she grows up. And I'm like, are you sure? How could you not know what your child is going to be when she grows up? And I'm like, you're lying. You know the answer. You have to know. And she's like, why would I know? And I'm like, because you're the parent. It's your responsibility to know. And she was surprised. And I'm like, did your child never tell you what they wanted to be when they grow up? She's like, oh, she told me that she wanted to be a teacher, but I don't believe that. Why would she be a teacher? You cannot be a teacher. She should be a lawyer or a doctor. And I'm like, what? Why would she be a lawyer or a doctor? And she's like, because being a teacher is boring, it's not good, it's not realistic, they don't earn good money. And I'm like, you see, I told you know what she wants to be, but you told me that you don't know. She told you already, and why are you talking her out of what she wants to be when she grows up? She's like, oh, when kids are young, they don't know what they want. And I'm like, are you sure they don't know what they want, or you don't like what they want to be? And she was looking me. Remember, this lady was a little bit older than me. She's actually older than me, okay? So I was talking respectfully, but I was asking her very tough questions, okay? And then I asked her, do you have other kids? She's like, yes, I have 4 kids, but one of them told me he wants to be a pilot. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. He wants to be a pilot. That's good. I hope you're supporting him. And she's like, oh no, how could he be a pilot in this country? How many pilots are there in this country? I looked at this lady in surprise, and I'm like, oh, so is this what it is? Is this the way people talk their kids out of their purpose? I told him, no, he cannot be a pilot. How can he dream that big and think that he's gonna be a pilot? He can only be a lawyer and a doctor. And I'm like, wow, I felt bad for those kids. I felt sorry. But as the event went on, that event to pray for their kids that are going to be candidates to do their exam, they gave awards to the best performing students. And as they gave them awards, they were asking them, what do you want to be when you grow up? One of the kids answered, I want to be a pilot. And the person who was giving the awards gave him the award, plus he got money from his wallet and gave him money because he's dreaming big and he knows what he wants. But every child they asked, they were saying amazing things. One of them said he wanted to be an astronaut. One of them said he wanted to be a surgeon. And I'm like, we actually know what we want to be when we were young. But what caught my attention is when one of the kids said he wanted to be a pilot. And I reminded the lady, I told her, you see, for you're trying to discourage your own child from being a pilot. Meanwhile, there is some other child who's going to be a pilot. Your child is going to end up being a lawyer or a doctor. But that's not what he wanted to be. You talked him out of what he wanted to be. Again, the lady had told me before that one of my kids wants to be an engineer. And I'm like, that's amazing. But she was insisting they gotta be a doctor or a lawyer. And I'm like, this is crazy. I knew right away I need to talk about it because I'm so passionate about purpose. Personally, when I was young, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to do something in line with science, with health, with being a doctor. Okay? But when I went to high school, I found myself fascinated by what? By computers. There was a computer class, but I wasn't good at computer, but I knew I loved computers so much. The class was called Computer Studies, and I took that class and I failed it. I failed it so bad. I got no point in that class. Even I performed poorly in my, like, in high school here we have N level and O level, but in O level I performed poorly because I didn't get, like, I got no points in computer studies, but I knew I wanted to do computer. And then when I went to the high school of college, whatever, I knew I had to pick subjects that are gonna enable me subconsciously. I picked sciences, because I knew if I pick sciences, I'm gonna be able to do something in line with the science that I want to do, because I loved physics so much, but I wasn't performing so good at it. I loved mathematics. I wasn't so good at it, but I loved it. I made sure I went to a school where they're gonna let me do that, and I did them, and I performed well. And when I went to the university, I did computer science, and I performed so well, and I was so good at math. And when I looked at I was going through my stuff the other day, and I'm like, wait a minute, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something in computer, and failing did not stop me from going ahead. Okay. Oh my God. And I did computer science, and I'm like, oh, wow, this is interesting. It's so good to follow your passion, but when you're still young, it's easy for someone to talk you out of it. If you still are not sure of what your purpose is, or what your life purpose is, your life purpose is something that you were naturally drawn towards, something that you were passionate about without being forced. Like, you literally don't need to be encouraged to love it, to do it. That's your life purpose. It's in line with what you naturally flow towards. Maybe your purpose is to encourage people. If that's it, do it. It doesn't have to be something that is already done, that people have done before. Like, follow that thing that you're passionate about, that you can do without being forced to do it. That's your purpose. But if you're not sure, think about your childhood, what things you liked to do when you were still young, or the last resort is to ask the people that could have kept it away from you, your guardians and parents, the people that grew around you, the elders that grew around you. If you can still ask them, if they're still alive, ask them, they know. Okay. If you found this video interesting, I think you're gonna enjoy the other video that I made about life purpose. I'll see you in that video. Be blessed.